Hey guys, it's J Dill aka Brixton Fatty here again. Yes, my second video of the day. If you don't know my channel, I do new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But today I'm just doing another video because I've got so much to say. So I'm doing a series called Do You Hate? My first video was Do You Hate People on Benefits? And now this video is about Do You Hate Muslims? Okay? Now if you're new to my channel, welcome, I love you, subscribe, comment, share. So yeah, getting to the point. Do you hate Muslims? This is a question I want to ask you. There is so much Islamophobia around at the moment, and there is so much hatred towards Muslims, and there's so much hatred towards Asian people in general, and it's absolutely disgusting. So I'm asking you, why do you think there is such an issue around Islam and Muslims at the moment? Why is there such an emphasis on Islam as a religion? Why is there not the emphasis on Christianity or Judaism or any of the other three main big religions? Why is there such an emphasis on Islam? And why do Muslims have to be moderate? David Cameron gave that speech saying moderate Muslims are allowed in Britain. What do you mean moderate, Dave? Please, could you define what moderate is? Because everybody practices and expresses their faith in different ways. So what the heck is moderate? What does that mean? Does that mean you can't have a bid? Are you allowed a bid? Does that mean you're allowed to pray 5 times a day? Does that mean you're not allowed to? What does moderate mean? Can you explain that to me? Because I find that term very offensive. So David Cameron's basically in essence saying, if you're a moderate Muslim, you're allowed. But if you're not what he deems as moderate, then it's not okay to be a Muslim. What the fuck is that? That is so patronizing, even coming from Dave. How patronizing is that? What happened to freedom of religion? We're free to practice how we want. We're free to think and believe and do what we want. We don't need your say so on how far we can go with this, you fool. So yeah, the newspaper, the mainstream media, what the fuck? Every day, nearly every single day, there is a tabloid about Islam foiling a terrorist plot. Can we please, mainstream newspapers, tabloids, I'm asking you, can we please start defining and differentiating from terrorists and Muslims? Not all Muslims are terrorists. Do you understand that? Not all Muslims are terrorists. So please, papers, I'm asking you, can we please differentiate between terrorists and Muslims? Because the two don't go hand in hand, and because you're constantly banding the two around together, people who don't critically think are starting to think that all Muslims are terrorists, and it's becoming a problem. And everywhere I'm going, I'm hearing this kind of casual racism, which I touched on in my first video today, and I don't like it. I don't want to hear it, and I just want to examine why there is an obsession with Islam right now, and an assault not only on the religion, not only on the people, not only on Islam, but also on Asian people in general. Why is this assault going on? Why is this happening? And I think the answer is the government. The government wants to divide and rule. The government want to hide everything. They want to create a smokescreen. So we're so busy being mad at each other and hating each other that we don't unite. Because let me tell you, when it comes to the government, there is more of us than there is of them. If we want to bring democracy and bring this country to a halt, we can. We're the workers, we're the people. Of course we can. There's more of us and there's more of them. But if we are constantly focusing on what they do and their injustices to us and how they're not doing their jobs properly, then they're going to be in the shit. So they have to find ways to divide us, and this is called social division. It's like the old Colonel Sanders thing, divide and rule. They do it time and time again. They've done it with Iraq, they've done it with Afghanistan, and they're doing it with Syria. And then they say it's a freaking civil war when it's not, when it's the classic case of divide and rule. So I'm saying to you guys, please, remember, nobody can help the religion they were born in. Nobody can help their skin colour. So critically think. Don't believe all you read in the papers, and start realising that we're all humans, we're all people, we all love and we all want to be loved. And that is the main thing. And we need to look at all these foiled terror plots, because frankly, I don't believe it. I don't believe every day the police or the Secret Service, foil a terror plot. I just don't believe it. I believe a lot of it's in everybody's head, these fear tactics. And it's like the video that I did called Hunting for ISIS, where I was it's a comedy video, and it's just basically me just poking fun at these fear tactics. It's like the government and the mainstream media want us to be so freaking scared. It's like they want us to think that, you know, Jihadi John is going to jump out from under our bed, or Bin Laden's going to rise from the dead, you know, if you believe he even is dead. These constant fear tactics which just aren't helpful, and they create such negative vibrations, and there's such a lack of positivity in this world at the moment. So I'm asking you, when you see those things on TV, terror plot foiled, this, that, the other, question it, critically think it. Is this real? What's really going on? Because quite often one of these very convenient plots happen when something big is going on, and there's something big in the background. So do you remember that whole thing about Ebola? How we all had to be scared, we were all gonna get it, there's no cure, and what was happening were governments were going into Africa and they were stealing all the gold, they were stealing all the diamonds. You know, is there any left? Yes, they've stolen most of it, but there's still some left. And it's like swine flu, that whole massive thing about swine flu, like, oh, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna get swine flu. Where's that gone? Influenza, where's that gone? There's just so many different things that we must feel scared about, and it's just like this constant circle of fear, scared, fear tactics. So my point in this video is to say to you, look beyond the tabloid, look beyond the paper, and if you're watching BBC News, freaking stop, don't watch BBC News and start checking out other alternative media channels, because the mainstream media, the BBC in particular, they're not the only channels out there. And if you don't know, the BBC are a Tory propaganda machine. They're always getting accused of being leftist, but of course they're not leftist. Of course they're not. The BBC are in cahoots with the royal family, or in cahoots with the Queen, and they're always going on and on and on and on and on. So for people to say the BBC are leftist, it's just a joke, because frankly it's not true. It's a smokescreen to cover their real agenda, that actually they're a government propaganda machine, just like Fox News. The only difference is they package it differently. They pretend to be a little bit more articulate, you know, with our posh British accents, but actually they're not. They really aren't. So I urge you to stop watching the BBC, stop paying your freaking TV license if you want to, and start critically thinking and engaging and talking to people about this. Get off your phone, get your head out of Facebook, and start trying to make a difference. Be the change in the world you want to see.